Hurry up!
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Time Attack.
The only video game show on the internet.
That's correct. And today, we'll be discussing...
Sonic Spinball
Yes.
for the Sega Genesis.
Yes, not the Sega Game Gear.
And, there's another one?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, well, for those tuning in for the first time, the gimmick of Time Attack is that we have 15 minutes to discuss the game. Not a second more, not a second less. So let's start the clock.
All right.
So, Jordan, maybe just start by explaining what Sonic Spinball is.
Well, Sonic Spinball is a Sonic-themed pinball game for the Sega Genesis. And the goal of the game is to collect emeralds, usually 3 to 5 per level, to have access to the boss, which will then allow you to proceed after defeating the boss to the next level. There's 4 levels with some bonus rounds in between. And funny thing to mention is the game was developed in 2 months.
Yeah. Well, that's actually pretty impressive.
It is, actually.
Like before I start tearing into this, production value-wise, it looks as good as any other Sonic game. Like the art design, the graphics, the music, it's Sonic through and through.
Well, yeah, one of the things I found really interesting that stuck out, it's probably one of the creepiest Sonic games.
Yeah,
the tone.
I heard it was closer, maybe either in canon with or inspired by the TV show.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the only...
We probably read the same Wikipedia page.
We probably did, yeah.
But, so yeah, you're right. It's like definitely darker and creepier. Mm-hmm. And the intro is awesome. Like
yes.
them flying towards Dr. Robotnik's like Pinball Fortress Island.
Mm-hmm.
Now the issue with Sonic Spinball is you mentioned that there's 4 levels. There might as well just be 1 level.
Well, why is that? What do you say?
I'm a person, and I'm not saying I'm great at games, but I have beaten Dark Souls 1 through 3, and I'm well on my way to beating Elden Ring. And I could not beat the first floor on this game. Like,
oh, is that right, eh?
I could not get out of the toxic caves.
I mean, I grew up with this game.
Okay. Well, I did too. That's the thing. I played this game many times throughout the years, and I always I'd pick it up and play it briefly, like, oh, that's neat, and then put it down and never touch it again. This time I sat down and it's like, well, we're doing a video.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat this game. I'm gonna try my best, and it was about the same result.
You know, I managed to beat the first level.
Yeah.
So and beat them, and it was very satisfying. It's quite it's thrilling because it's such a struggle to get there.
Yes.
You only have 3 lives. 3 lives, and you're dead. I don't even know if there's a way to get extra lives. I don't know if you got them from that extra bonus round.
I think if your score hits a certain point, you do get a bonus ball like any other kind of pinball experience.
Yeah.
But it's very stingy, and it very quickly decides that, like in the first part of the level, there's an opportunity to save yourself.
Yeah.
The minute you get out of that part of the level, it's just insta-death acid.
Well, it's not too bad in the beginning because when you get the first emerald, you go into that little bucket on the second tier. But then after you collect all 3 emeralds, those buckets start moving around. And then you can just fall into the acid very quickly.
Here's the thing, Here's the thing, that bucket, you're saying it's there, no problem. Like, it's really easy to not hit that bucket.
Well, did you know this? Did you know that you can actually control Sonic with a D-pad?
Yes.
You can actually shift him.
Well, this is the levels of grief I went through in this game. First, I just tried to beat it because how hard could it be? And then I went and start looking up tips, old I might as well just grab an old electronic gaming monthly for what I was doing. Basically, how do I play this game?
Yeah.
And I learned, you can move the guy, and there's some tips kind of on the objectives. Because it's not it's not just a matter of it's hard to not die. It's also cryptic. You don't know where to go. What am I hitting? It takes a while just to figure out what I'm supposed to do and how do I do it. Well, and the instructions told me, when you get in the bucket, you can kind of row it like a boat. I wouldn't have figured that out, I don't think. Because I hardly ever hit the bucket. Usually I hit the acid. So it's it's... Well,
yeah, it's definitely a tough game. I mean, I probably died over 100 times, most likely. I mean, that's just normal. I did, this is what happened. I ended up beating the first level. I made it to the second world and died just profusely. It was very frustrating. Yeah. But then what happens is after you die, and you get 3 lives you're dead. You start all the way at the back of the beginning.
Yes.
Even if you beat you get to the next second world, you're starting all the way back to the first world, and you're starting to get all the emeralds. Just to beat the first level. Now, I did use some cheats to get to other levels, but I beat level 2 and I beat level 3 actually.
With the cheats.
But that's just the cheat just got me to the level. I actually beat the whole level through.
Okay, that's impressive.
So I beat the 3 bosses. I did not beat the last boss. I'm telling you, the 3rd level is ridiculous.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. I used save states because I didn't want to sit here and just talk about the first level for 20 minutes or 15 minutes. So it's like, okay, I might as well see what else this game's all about.
Sure.
But I do want to talk about that. First, I want to say, like, it's not just when you die, you get a game over and start over. Yeah. When you lose a life, sub-objectives reset.
Yep.
Like, say in the first level, you have to hit those 3 barrels or whatever to unleash the minecart, or it's nonsense, whatever, right?
Yep.
It's like, if you die, those barrels all come back.
Oh, yeah.
Which makes it even harder. And the big tragedy of this is without the threat of dying and starting over, like with the save states, I started to enjoy the game because it controls fun. The objectives, I think once you kind of get the idea that once you beat that first level and you realize the kind of things it's expecting to do, there's neat ideas. Like, I think it was level 3 where you kind of catch yourself on the flippers and then, like, raise, like, almost like an elevator.
Oh, yeah. You had to sit on the flipper and then it would go up.
It's like stuff like that was cool.
Oh, yeah.
And it was, or like, just releasing the gem in that, I think it's the same level. There's a bunch of, like, vaults, and you have to bust them all open.
Listen, I don't understand, but I gotta cut in here. There's those gems where there's, like, the entry point rotates.
Yeah.
There's like I beat that level, and I don't understand how I did it, frankly.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was just more like, just keep trying, and hopefully everything will line up, and it was ridiculous.
Well, you were probably accomplishing objectives you didn't realize you were.
Oh, at one point, I realized this. This was my strategy. I was dying so much, so I focused, okay, I just gotta stop dying. And then all I did was just kind of hope to fling Sonic in the place that he needed to go, and then win, and it was fun. But it wasn't fun. It was frustrating, especially the machine level. Like, the first 2 levels are pretty okay.
Yeah.
Once you get to the 3rd one, it just, like, dying wasn't a big issue, but it was just, you get shot over here. Okay, well, now it's bringing you back. Okay, try again. Oh, you shot here. Oh, nope, not that way. And then it just punishes you with your time.
Well, and I think if they want to make this game, like, I realize older games are hard to get more value out of them, but, like, at a certain point, it's like, make the first level easy. So people kind of get a taste of it and like it. Because if you're just constantly dying on the first level, you're not going to get anywhere in the game. You're not going to see all the hard work that went into making these ideas. So it's like you either make your game cryptic or you make it hard. You don't do both, because now it's like you're worried you're going to die, and then you're also trying to figure out these nonsense puzzles.
Well, what did you think when you die?
What do you mean?
That horrible scream.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my gosh. It's like burned into your ears.
Well, I mean, you fall in acid, see what kind of scream you make.
Oh, but it's horrible. But it's so. That's why I go back to, like, this whole theme of, like, it's so dark, for a Sonic game. And, like, when you're hitting the boss, like, did you get to a boss?
I fought the first 2. Like I said, I got to level 3. I didn't beat level 3 like you did, but using the save states, I beat the first and second one.
But he screams when you hit him.
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of cool. Like, it's very satisfying when you win.
But it also seems like almost like the boss is just there to inconvenience you, because he can't kill you. All he can do is send you to previous parts of the level, so that you have to kind of, like, get lucky and work your way back in.
I don't know if this happened to you, but on the second boss, if you fall through the middle part, it'll, like, basically go down this huge tunnel, and it's like you go down, 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 and then Sonic grabs, like, a chain he's holding on for dear life, falls off into a lava pit. It's like, and it's just.
Is there no way to stop yourself from dying?
I don't think so. It's just like the game's just kind of flexing and saying that's what happens when you mess up.
See, at that point, I was just like, I think I probably did fall down that too, but I'm like, load save state. I don't want to see what's down there. I don't care.
Oh, it's bad.
It can't be good.
Oh, it's death. There's death and progression.
Yeah.
The music I thought was really good. I mean, like, there was pretty catchy tunes. They were using that
Sega,
old funk.
The Sega sound.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I like that a lot. Especially the last level. I like that music.
Oh, I thought you mean the third one.
The fourth
You got to the last one. Yeah, I guess you saw it.
I used a code to get there.
Yeah, what was
it? Oh,
it?
actually, no, I didn't use a code initially because I beat the third boss and I was able to get to there. But it was basically I ended up watching someone beat the game.
Oh, all right.
Just because I wanted to see the bloody ending, so I just not know what the heck's going on. But
yeah, it's like it's a nice like
didn't
novelty
want
of
to.
a game, right? Like,
It
you're curious
yeah.
about it, but you don't want to like. It's not good enough that you want to invest the time it wants you to.
Oh, I got to a point like in the last 2 levels, you need 5 gems instead of 3, and they were just asking for perfection. It was like the game was designed to make speedrunners out of it because you're not progressing unless you're doing it perfectly.
Yes, yeah, and you gotta get good at landing those shots. Like, I did learn early on. It's like, because I don't know anything about pinball, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, oh, cool, you can like catch the ball by holding the flipper. Mm-hmm. And even the tips I said, yeah, you can flip each flipper individually, but you might as well just do both because there's really no reason not to.
Yes.
So it's like, oh, okay. So that's kind of what I did. Like, I don't claim to be good at this game because I'm definitely not.
Not me either. This is not my kind of game.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really for a pinball enthusiast or someone curious about Sonic. But, I mean, nowadays, I mean, like, at the time, it was pretty novel and interesting. Mm-hmm. But today,
it's another game in like the 50-game Sonic like Genesis collection, you know.
Yeah, it's not a game you like. I remember reading some comments online, and there's a lot of people who are just like, "This is a game you beat, and then you never play it again."
If you beat it, you can play the first level, get a game over, and say, "Oh, that was fun."
Yeah, but you know what? All fairness, it's quite interesting that the game lives up to the experience of actual pinball.
Yes.
Where it's brutal. It's like 3 lives, put in more coins. Like it's not like. It's not like a regular video game where you have save states and you progress.
Yeah.
It's just play
high score.
High score. Then nitpick. Why couldn't you just add your name for the high score? It just shows your high score and what the highest score is, but it doesn't you can't like put your initials.
I guess because it didn't save it. There's no real reason.
Oh God. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
It's kind of funny because like I think there's a version of this game where it's closer to the levels in Sonic 2, like the casino stage where it kind of becomes pinball, which is obviously the inspiration for this game.
Yes, definitely.
And it's like, but that had a lot more control. It felt better.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to say the controls in this game are bad because they're not. Like, the pinball stuff's fine, but controlling Sonic in the few moments where you're supposed to make actual platforming jumps, he's terrible. Well, he's never controlled worse.
There's a part of me that wants to, like, it's sort of like, Sonic is so intuitive. Like, he's bouncing, like, in such small degrees. Like, I remember using the flipper, and it's like, he's going away over here, he's going away there. And I think, like, it's really well done. It's just, it's a big skill gap. Like, you have to really take a lot of time to get used to how Sonic operates. Because, like, there's, like, little, like, arrows showing you where you should go. And I'm like, I'm hitting the flipper that way. And it's like, you ain't going that way. And it's like, depending on how fast Sonic's going, if you're backing him up a little bit before he goes to the midpoint of the flipper, and just there's a lot of skill involved, but it's just it isn't like you'll learn because you die before you.
Yeah, that's why I said the first level should be easier and more self-explanatory. But Sonic 2, like I was saying, Sonic 2, it's like it's not as pinball. It's more of a platformer. Mm-hmm. Like it's almost like Sonic is in a platform game as he is, but he's in a pinball section, whereas this is a pinball game where he occasionally goes in like platforming sections.
Yeah.
And it's like, I might have preferred a game that wasn't as hardcore pinball. Was closer to the casino zone, right?
Yeah, just more of that, like maybe there was him just running around more but yeah, I don't know.
Or just even more control. Like I felt like in this game he is essentially a pinball. Yes, you can slightly adjust him, but he is a pinball. Whereas in Sonic 2, even in those sections, you still feel like you have a lot more like aerial maneuverability. Mm. So it's like, I don't know. It's kind of pointless to say what you wish the game was because it is what it is.
I know. It's just I don't know. It's for me. It's a childhood memory. There was fond memories. I mean, nostalgic memories.
Yeah,
I'll say that. But it's just not a game that I think I'll ever want to play again. I love how on the back of the box it has its nerve to say it's 1 to 4 players. It's like
you take turns, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, I guess any game you might put 12 player. You do whatever you want.
Keep passing that controller.
Yeah. Enough. As many people as you can fit in the room. That's.
I guess at the end you'll show all your scores maybe back to back.
Yeah, I guess.
But you can just write those down.
It's like they're all like just within that tier where you can't excel because everyone's terrible at it, and they're like, oh man. But I guess that's part of the challenge. Like, can you got one more emerald? You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, because it's
and
so hard.
How lame? I just noticed in the background. How lame is it that when you beat a level, the bonus level is just more pinball?
I kind of liked. I ended up beating one of those finally.
Yeah, I did. I
And
beat
then,
one too.
Yeah, and then you don't really get any. I thought I was expecting a little bit more.
It's
but
just neat that there's essentially two different kinds of pinball games
Yeah.
built into this one.
Yes.
There's like, you know, Sonic Spinball, which is like pinball with a slight Sonic twist, and there's just straight pinball where Sonic is literally controlling the pinball machine.
But what's interesting is apparently that when you enter the game, what you're doing is going to Dr. Robotnik's tower, fortress, volcano fortress, and he's got the pinball defense system.
Yes.
That's what you're actually playing. That's what you're actually in.
Is there a timer there, right?
I guess so. 15 minutes are up.
Time over!